All right, here we are with our incredible one owner 1986 Ford F150. This gentleman bought this brand new from Scarf Ford just south of Seattle, and then recently traded it back into Ford after all these years to the same dealership, Scarf Ford, for a new pickup. Finally kind of treated himself, but he maintained and took care of this truck amazing. Imagine it was probably a special order. It's spruce green, which is a beautiful color you see rarely of, but also this generation, you know, the 1980 to 86 Ford F-Series, a lot of them are two-tone, and it had the side trim. One thing I do want to mention this, that there's a little 4x2 emblem that's missing right here, but there is one on the way, so I'll update the photo for that. It's just an adhesive piece, and this has been repainted a while back with a really nice base coat, clear coat paint job. So whenever he did the paint job, he kind of did, you know, some improvements, like he like kind of some custom stuff with the billet grill. Still have the original grill, still have the original wheels that come with it, along with all the owner's manuals, sales brochure, stuff like that. He did the spray and bed liner, and you'll see some things I'll point out on this truck that you'll see the care and love that this person had for this truck, and it really shows today, all these years later, the condition. And I know you can't be with me when I run and drive it, but I'm gonna do a video of run and drive it, and I'm gonna tell you this truck drives amazing. I mean, I've had trucks 20 years newer than this thing that don't drive as good as this. It is very tight, very responsive, smooth. But why I say it's probably what special ordered is because not only does it not two-tone, but it has the overdrive transmission. That really wasn't a standard option yet. It was special order in like 86, and it has the fuel injected 302 motor. It does not have a carbureted motor, and it runs amazing. So it looks like a 96 on the hood basically. So we'll kind of do a walk around. Whoever did the paint job did a really good job. A lot of times, actually most of the time, I see trucks repainted. You'll see a lot of overspray inside here, and you'll see overspray over the decals. You'll see overspray over the corners, the gas cap. You'll see overspray on the factory bolts, the little rubber guys. You don't see that on this. They did a really good job inside the door jambs, all the decals. It has the original gas cap still. But the care I talk about, and I'll point out as I go, is like these little guys here. He puts these little things in here to protect it from going in too far or something. You'll see them under the hood. You'll see them on the tailgate. You'll see them in the doors. A lot of times I would take stuff off like this, but there's some other things I'll show you that I normally would take off, but I've left on here because it really kind of shows the personality of the owner and the care and the mechanical know-how and just kind of some of the stuff the hot rodder in them. But you'll see the decal, original decal, no overspray on it, no overspray here. They did a fantastic job. This wasn't a quickie, let's roll into Mako and get done in a couple hours and blow over all the trim and everything. And to keep the original grill and stuff like that, I think is just amazing. It's kind of like he already knew he was going to sell it one day and didn't know if the next owner was going to like this grill or something. But I actually like it. It kind of grows on me. The wheels are period correct too. I thought about throwing some aluminum Alcoas on it or putting the original wheels on there, getting them powder coated and doing the center caps. But I like it. Looks really good. You also see here on the license plate, little protectors. So I'll show you down here. Bumpers were off for paint. It looks like, all the trim was off for the paint. You don't have any tape lines or overspray. All the paint's blown in here nice. There's a little bit of fading in the coves here. They didn't repaint those, but that's an easy job. You just pop these off with a couple screws, tape off the chrome, and you can blast this. But look sharp if you're painted spruce green inside there. It would actually look really good. Dark gray or black, all of them look good. Little chip in the original lens there. Factory chrome bumpers, really nice shape. It's awesome to see this little piece down here. You never see this stuff anymore. Those things are long blown off usually. This truck's off. Oh, this is the 4x2 emblem. It's just adhesive at this point in time. They don't have snaps or anything like that. So I'll get that one on for you. Took me a little while to find one, but that wasn't a repop. This center cap is a little bit rusty. You can get all new center caps for about 25 bucks on eBay or Amazon. That's a factory undercoated truck. Do have the Marty report on this truck too. There's a bunch of cool stuff. Original lens. There is a little ding right here. Looks like it was overlooked when they painted it. Nice shine on the hood. Roof looks really nice. You know, windshield's been replaced, no cracks or chips. Inside the drip rails you'll see in the photos is in fantastic condition. Door handles look good. I'm gonna have to say the door handles were removed during paint, because as you see here, there is not a one piece of tape line or overspray. Also around here, nothing done. Mirrors, of course, those are easy to take off. Emblems were taken off for paint, and that's probably why the other one fell off. They probably didn't put a good enough adhesive, because you'll see back in here, there's no green paint blown in there. So I mean, this was a good job. Same with the lights, they were out. So you do have some little scratches on the bed sides. No dings or dents on this bedside. There's actually no dents or dings on the whole truck. You know, he loved his truck, but he used it. A couple little scratches here. You know, this is probably from the damn gas pump hose. People think the rubber, they don't do damage, but they do. Especially on clear coat paint jobs. Little scratch right here. Little scratch. Looks like maybe tree sap got on there, contaminated the paint a little bit, but you are gonna have some little chips. Tailgate is straight as can be, super shiny, very little wear, a little kind of scuff right there. Really nice paint and throughout here. Why he chose to not line X the inside of the tailgate, I'm not too sure, but I mean, you can see here, they took all this stuff off when it was painted. Original rear bumper, easy to, you know, I would pull it off, take it down to the Power to Go shop, especially if you're going to use the original wheels. But what's cool to see, this is the original rear bumper, original paint. It is not tweaked in the corner, which is actually really common and easy to do. You hit a little bump right here, it just pushes these things up. So it's actually pretty impressive the condition it is in. You know, probably always where his foot went getting up. It's just cool to kind of picture the owner. Imagine he's a fantastic person. Looks like something more on the paint. Maybe they had a camper in the back, because it does have the camper port. It does have these nice little anchors he added if you got like a load, so you're not trying to go to the bed sides. They also put those, he's thinking ahead, you know, instead of hooking to the bed rail, he's adding these throughout. They're also in the corners. So he's looking to protect this truck from anything coming out and getting this paint. Wheel wells are beautiful. I just love the body lines of these trucks. Rockers are really nice. You know, both sides you do have some entry wear and chips on the rocker. This side does have a little scratch right here below the mirror. The door felts look pretty good. They may have been replaced when it was painted. Again, the door handle, no paint marks. Front bulkhead is arrow straight. A lot of times these things will get dented in. It's real easy to dent these, because this part here is just hollow. So then sheet metal, you got like something that slides forward, it'll tweak it out. Also, these cowls are easy. People will put their knee up here to wash it or something. Bend this down. This is nice and straight. Didn't go cheap on the tires. He's got the good Michelin LTXs. Probably what came on this new was Michelin's. Alright, a little scratch right here. Got the side exhaust. It's got a nice little rumble. But inside, it's awesome. It does have a carpeted dash pad cover. So if you want to get rid of it, you gotta get rid of those things. The speaker area does have a couple holes though. Super common, but probably why he put it on there. Inside, look how clean this is. It's got a CD player. Doesn't look like it's ever smoked in. Lighter does work. You can see it's never been used to light up a cigar or cigarette. No odors in here. It does work though. I charged up my cell phone. Door panels in great condition. And you would think with a, it'd be an XLT with all the chrome and fuel injection and the more deluxe interior. So maybe it is, and they just didn't put that little emblem back on there. But it's cool. He's got the roll-up windows because, I mean, to be honest, it's 86. I'm glad to see these things, and I can teach my kids what no hand signal of roll down the window is. But there's some fading on the top. Real common for these 80-86s, they just get faded. So this is actually very minor for these. A lot of these things, I don't know what plastic they made out of these, but they just almost get, they almost just kind of start flaking off. Wing window's really nice and tight. I mean, I got to put some effort in that. It is not going to be flapping around in the wind. Also, look how tight that is. No nickels needed. Well, what I love is the seats. This is like a period correct upgrade, and it looks like they were redone probably when he painted it. And it's got the inserts from 1994 to 1997 F-Series, which I just love that he brought in, you know, pretty much kind of still carrying with this body style, just its younger brother or sister, and carried it into this truck. So it's a nice custom look, but original. It's got a cool little cubby for your cup holders. It folds up. It's a lot like the loved 40-40-20 seats that came along way later in 1994, 8 years later. But also it's got this cool little hidden area. Most people don't know this is here. So if you want to stash your gun in there, you know, this is stock, no headliner. Visors are nice. Still got nice plastic seat covers. Oh, probably one of the most impressive things about this, which backs up kind of what I believe this has 135,000 original miles, is the condition of this floor mat. That's the original piece, never been replaced. Doors are beautiful. Oh, and the doors are just shut. There is no door hinge pin issues at all. Body lines as straight as can be. And this body style truck, if it's a little out of whack, you're gonna see it. And again, you can remove stuff like this, but I just love it because I left it because it's showing the ownership. You know, there's no wear and tear on the seats, and they're comfortable. My kids love them. I left the wrap on here just because it's 80s. My dad had a 85 SN brand new in burgundy interior. I just always remember having this. One thing, this guy did a couple things on this truck. This is really easy if you don't like this, but it's a vacuum gauge. Shows me that this guy's trying to keep an eye on the vitals. Loves this truck, concerned about it, wants it to be safe. There's no damage here. You could just clean it up a little bit. There's no holes or anything, and you can rotate it over if you want to see the gear selector. Column's in nice shape. But also here, these plastic things, they bust off all the time. I was gonna get a new one, but this person did put a couple of changes on these things because the factory stuff fell apart, like this one. And I tell you, this pull handle, how he came up with this is kind of working with his mind. It's just cool to see his mind work. He's got a hose clamp. This is kind of like, you know, you can use on a trailer pin or whatever. Puts a nut on the end of it, and it works amazing. These handles always break. And then they're really tough because you do have to pull hard on the 80 to 86s. I mean, actually the 70s you got to pull really hard. The 78, 79s. So I'm leaving it because it's like, to me, that's part of the truck. It's part of its history. And it's kind of really part of its care and love. So in here, you're going to see the radiator was replaced at some point. You'll see decals. Not yesterday or anything, but it's cool. It's been done. The smog pump, I have so it moves nice. Might make a little bit of noise. It looks like it's been repainted or rebuilt, but it's not really needed anymore. But it's all here, and I actually do have the belt for it. And this is all to deal with that vacuum gauge. So if you want to get rid of it, you just pull it out. No holes or nothing's been modified on the truck, and you just put a vacuum cap on that. Still got the cover. So this is the fuel injection 302. You can see how clean it is. Still, it's got the decals on the valve covers. Well, this is one of those other things I was talking about. These also have terrible battery hold downs. So he came up with this thing, and I'm telling you, that battery's going nowhere. It is tighter than the factory deal. It's kind of amazing. I kind of was impressed. I love it. So I left that also. It's all right. I will do a video of it up in the air with a bunch of photos. You can see how clean those hinges are and everything. It's got a K&N air filter in the intake there. I will do a video of it up in the air, a bunch of photos underneath. That's to show how rust-free it is. It's all undercoated. We're gonna do a run and drive video now.